Hi, and thanks for logging on to Oh My Grief. My name's Steve Morrison. Appreciate you dropping by. The videos we've been just answering some questions that we're getting through our website and through some surveys we've done, and today I'd like to pick up on one of them that simply says, how do I help my friend in grief? That's a great question because all of us at some stage are going to have friends and family members who are going through grief, whether it's a loss of a job or a relationship or obviously the death of a loved one. Grief comes in all shapes and sizes, and so it's a often difficult thing to navigate. And so if you've downloaded or subscribed to our website, you would have received the 3 H's of grief. Let me talk about that more, because to me it's the simplest understanding that I can give people to just to remember and have in the back of your mind. So the first one is about hanging around or being available, just being available to turn up, I guess. And so hang around is really about not being in the way and not being a nuisance, but about coming in and just being there for someone. That might mean that you drop in every day on the way home from work. It may be for others that you hang around all day. I know some of my friends, they didn't want to be alone, and so they had close friends come and stay the night at their house, and they always had someone staying in the house with them, probably for a few weeks actually. There's other people, different personalities, who want the space. They don't want to feel like they're having to entertain or look after somebody else, so they want the space. So everybody's different, but for me the first one is really about, are you available? Are you just ready to be there? And that's an important one. The second one, the second H that we talk about, is to hug. This is a really interesting one. When I say it, people, depend on whether they like hugs or not, react differently. And obviously if you're a hugging person, then sure, give someone a hug. If they love a hug, give them a hug. And that embrace can be really important for somebody. But there's a whole heap of other people who would not want a hug at all. My wife and I are exact opposite on that. I'm happy to give anybody a hug. She's happy to never give somebody a hug. And so you'd want to read that properly. But it's not about hugging the physical, it's about hugging in, are you prepared to embrace someone's journey? Are you prepared to, I guess, be prepared to feel some of their pain, to at least step into their world in a way that you're not distant, but you're connecting. And if you can do that, I think it can really help that they feel like you're interested. They feel like they can talk to you about whatever they need to talk about. You're prepared to step in their world enough that if they want to yell and scream and swear and be irrational, well, so be it, it's okay, because we're friends. So it's really important. So the whole hug idea is, I'm prepared to step into your world as best that I can to help you in whatever you need at this time. The third one is, in some ways, maybe the most important. It's simply hush. Another description of it would be to shut up, to just not speak. And I don't mean not respond to them, but often we want to give our opinions, our thoughts, our own stories. I remember when this happened, I remember that happened. If I was you, I would do this. I just think we need to eliminate that and just be quiet and just be there, be available, step into their world, allow them to speak without us having to give answers, without us trying to fix things, but just really being present, being quiet. And they're 3 things that are really important. So how do we help people in grief? Well, people have their own journey, and the journeys are never the same. They're always diverse and different. The timing's often very different. For some people, they seem incredibly strong and on top of things for days and weeks after the immediate loss, and yet could fall in a hole 3, 6, even 12 months down the track. It's not unusual for a child to be 3 or 4 years down the track, and then they're asking questions and details and wanting to know what happened. And so everyone's different. But remember the 3 H's: hang around, be available, hug, step into somebody's world, and finally, just be quiet. Anyway, that's this week's information and thoughts that I've got. Look forward to talking to you next week. Hope you have a great week. Catch you soon.